Welcome back to the town's end. I'm warming up the water now. It's not boiling yet, but I did start it a few minutes ago, so it's not cold. Only thing I've added to it is a little bit of olive oil, like I usually always do. It helps, it makes it easier for the noodles not to stick together, even if I don't stir it. Also, most of the seasoning I put into the water. So the flavor from what I put in the water gets cooked into the noodles when they boil. This works really well, especially with hot spices. So instead of getting an uneven, every other spoonful is either mild or too much for you, when I put a little bit of this ghost pepper powder into the water that boils the noodles, all of them have an even amount of just a little of this flavor. Obviously, if you're someone who likes to burn, you can add more to it or add more to your plate afterwards directly if you're, that insane. But just a little bit, like I just added to the water, will leave all of the noodles with just a little kick, which is pretty good. And then the other flavors, it's just a good idea. If I had fresh garlic and onions, I would do that, but there's no need. If you have decent or recent garlic and onion powder. Straight chili powder, just a little bit. And turmeric. There's no real flavor reason, because honestly, I don't find it particularly pleasant or unpleasant. And it's not noticeable among other stronger seasonings. But it has medicinal qualities for those of us with joint pain or inflammation. So, every little bit, I hope, helps. Now, the stuff that claims to be Southern style chicken breast tenderloins. So, a little higher quality than mechanically separated chicken. I'm going to cut it into smaller pieces for the spaghetti. And honestly, I warmed up one of these just to see what the flavor was like, and I'm pretty impressed actually. It smells and tastes like a more home-cooked version of like KFC's seasoning when they're breading. Which I know, that's fast food, but it's not bad. Especially since it's not a bucket of chicken, it's a little bit of chicken in spaghetti. So, I cut it up pretty small. So, I'm not going to make you wait through all of it, but this is what I'm going to do to the rest of it as well, to be added to it. Now, I'm also adding a small can of mushrooms, pieces and stems. And then the sauce I'm using, so you know, Hunt's meat flavored sauce, and a large container of Walmart's own Alfredo sauce. Get the best of both worlds. You have the taste of spaghetti and tomato sauce, but it's also going to be creamy and lower acidic. So, a little easier on the stomach if you have any stomach issues, but less bland. Alright, so the rest of this is going to be pretty boring, so I'm not going to show all of it, but you know what's going in it. And honestly, once the water boils, it's 9 to 12 minutes, which usually I lean more towards 10 minutes at the most, because, well, slightly al dente is really just the right way to cook pasta. So, I will leave this, and I will just show you what the finished product looks like when I've drained it, mixed it together in here, and it's ready to go. So, I'll see you guys in a few minutes. about 10. And yeah. Hello, I wanted to add one more tidbit. I use a combination of fettuccine and regular spaghetti noodles. Mainly just personal preference. For some reason I enjoy the slightly different textures than using one or the other. So no real explanation as to why. Did it once a long time ago just out of the fact that that's what we had in the house, and surprised myself by liking it better than either one by themselves. So that's what we're cooking right now. It's boiling, probably another 7 minutes, and then it's time to strain and combine things and stir it up and let it sit for a little bit. Alright, I'll take a picture. As soon as it's done, I'll take a couple pictures.